Hi everyone, I'm Ethan White, and I'm going to blow your mind. So, first I want to start with picking a number between 1 and 10. So I'm going to give you a few moments to pick a number from 1 to 10. Alright, once you've got that number, you can take that number and multiply it by 2. Then you're going to add it to 8. Then you're going to divide it by 2. And once you've done all those steps, you take your original number and subtract it from the new number. Okay? And once you get that new number, you're going to find that number on this little chart that I created. And you're going to see which letter corresponds with your number. And once you found that letter, I'm going to give you a couple moments because I'm going to have you think of a country that begins with that letter. Alright? You got that country? Okay, good. Now take the last letter of that country that you thought of and think of an animal species that starts with that letter. First one that comes to mind. Okay? Now take the last letter of that animal species name and come up with a color that animal could be. Alright? Once you've got all those things, I'm going to read your mind. So, you were probably thinking of an orange kangaroo that lives in Denmark, right? Well, that's funny because there are no orange kangaroos in Denmark. And I don't know why you thought that. But I have some kind of a clue. See, with this mind trick, I limited your options. At the very start, too. By having you pick a number from 1 to 10. I don't know if you caught on, but that's what I had you do. And then I had you do all this random math. But was it really random? No, because it was all leading up to this subtraction. Subtracting the new number, or the original number rather, from the new number. And then that gives you 4, right? It gives you 4. That is if you did the math right. And then, once you look at all these little numbers on here with their letters, I wrote all of them to trick you, you would see that D falls under 4. So that would leave you with thinking of a country that begins with the letter D. What's that country? First one that comes to mind is Denmark. Sound familiar? Alright, take the last letter of that country, K. What is the first animal species that comes to mind? Maybe koala, but no. Kangaroo is much more preferable by everyone. So you guys picked the kangaroo. And then, lastly, the color. What's the last letter of the kangaroo? Oh. Orange is the only color I can think of that begins with an O. There could be others, maybe Crayola colors, but orange is the most common. So thus, you thought of an orange kangaroo in Denmark. Wasn't that an interesting trick? You could play this trick on anyone, and it's much more effective 1-to-1 than it is in a group setting because people might be able to catch on. I don't know if you guys, some of you were able to catch on, but there's the factor of pure influence in there, and that's just not the same when you're in a one-to-one scenario. So this trick's very effective because it bends your perception of things and it gets you to think a certain way. And these tricks are useful because they get us thinking in that different way. And they're just fun to play with friends. They're fun to do as a sort of entertainment with your friends. So if you're bored or you have little to do on the weekends, I encourage you to pull out this little tricks. Just search orange kangaroo mind trick on the internet and just play that joke on, or play that mind trick rather, on your friends or family. See how they react. So I thank you for listening to my speech, and I hope you've enjoyed this little trick that I demonstrated. Thank you so much for listening.